It is a really difficult situation for a lot of people who we all put ourselves out on social media, right? And sometimes you post something, it might be a thought, it might be an opinion, and quite often it's the ones that aren't an opinion that seem to be the ones that cop the most flack from people as well, because facts can be seen very differently through the eyes of the receiver as well as the person giving them. So what's your actual advice? You talk about a 5-point plan. Give us some steps as to how people can deal with this.
Yes, so the main things that I recommend doing are either identify, first of all, whether it's an actual troll that's trying to bring you down. Like, usually these people have a fake name or a blank profile picture.
Or the little egg,
and
right?
They are just there to cause trouble. Yeah, they're just there to cause trouble. They just want to get an emotional reaction, an emotional response, as it could be one who has you, so it could be a friend, a family member, a stranger who just has a different belief or different values. And so it depends on which kind of troll that you are encountering as to what you should do about it. If it's someone who's just being a bully and just wanting to bring you down, then you can absolutely just block and delete that person and get rid of them. But if it's someone who's actually, might have an opinion that starts a conversation in your post, you can absolutely leave that there. Allow other people to join in the conversation, which is actually going to boost your social media engagement. And or you can reply positively with gratitude or even humour to kind of diffuse the negative situation.
Humour's a really, really good point, isn't it? Nothing disables a troll who's trying to cause trouble, whether they mean to or not, with just simply either being a bit self-deprecating about the situation, or in fact even just making a bit of a joke as well. I guess the key point is to realise that you can't take things too seriously. I think that a lot of people who go on those dating apps, for example, get really upset if things don't work out. And yet others look at it as if they go on those things as a bit of fun and don't get too stressed about it. It's really about how we look towards our expectations from these sorts of social media sites, right? When we talk about Twitter and Facebook, there'll always be people trying to cause trouble, but it's about how you take it.
Yeah, that's right. And the reason why I believe people do cause trouble based on my research is because they're unfulfilled, lonely people, and they get a sense of connection from trolling or from bringing people down because that's the only way they know how. And so when you can really kind of almost try to empathize with the troll or maker, you can almost feel a little bit sad for them. Yeah. So, my favourite strategy is just to give them a compliment, tell them they're doing well.
A lot of it, though, is also just first world problems, isn't it, when it comes to the trolls too? Because we're talking about how business owners can understand people trolling. If you're running a small business, obviously bad publicity can be really, really detrimental, particularly if you're in a small local community or if you're in a field where there are a lot of competitors. It's very nasty out there, and you never know whether the troll is actually one of your competitors trying to get a leg up, right?
Yes. Yep, that's definitely a real possibility. There's also been, sometimes you might get an unhappy client who's just bent on bringing you down and making your 5-star ratings once, like us to come and, do it for them. And there are us out there who just are trolling and leaving negative reviews on businesses that they've never even visited before. So I think definitely if you are a business, you should have a plan on how to handle this if it happens to you, if it hasn't already, and usually responding very professionally, transparently as well is a good strategy. So, especially if you are getting fake reviews, it's important to respond and let other readers know that that is a fake review and that's not a real client.
Yeah, I've seen a huge amount of work that some of these businesses do in actually trying to find those review sites. There are a lot out there, obviously, and the really good businesses actually respond to every single claim, good or bad. And you see some of the larger companies as well, say from Jetstar, if someone complains on Twitter about their experience with Jetstar, Jetstar is very quick to respond there, and they try to bring it in-house, don't they? So it's to get it out of the public view and to say, look, DM me, let's have a proper conversation about this. For some people, though, as we know, they don't want a resolution. They're furious. They might have other things going on in their life. There might be some mental illness issues going on there as well. And their current state of mind could be just to do anything to bring the business or the person down, no matter how you reason with them. What's your advice in dealing with someone who's completely unreasonable?
Yeah, well, in that case, sometimes it depends on the situation. Once again, like if it's a customer who just really wants their money back and wants to cause trouble, then, you know, for a business owner, oftentimes it's just easier to give the money back than to try and prove yourself right, because it just removes that kind of energy. But if in the case where it just keeps going and keeps escalating and you can't get rid of this person, then in that case, sometimes the benefit of the block option on social media is the best action to take, because otherwise it ends up taking so much of your energy and your mental capacity, and it consumes you, and you can't focus on other things that you should be focusing on. So yeah, in that case, you know, you can do all that you can do. You can respond.
That is such a good point about don't allow, like literally just saying, is this worth my time? Is this a runaway train? Is there ever going to be a time where this person can cool down or calm down? Probably isn't right now. The best thing to do is to literally pay them out, get rid of them, walk away, and just look at it as a learning opportunity. Some people spend thousands of dollars going to university to understand these things. You've just been provided with an almost free way of understanding human behavior. Because I suppose creating a business, dealing with a business, you don't know where your next challenge is going to come from. You don't know which direction, you just know it will probably happen, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a roller coaster being in business. You never know what's going to happen. You got to either hold on or get off.
Get out, yeah. Carissa, thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate your advice.
Thank you so much.
And that is it for our first program of the week. Of course, thank you so much for joining us. All views expressed in the program by hosts and guests are our own.